Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. What's up, everybody? We got some breaking news coming out of, I don't know, Cleveland or Houston. Which one should I start with? I would say Houston. The Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans have worked on a deal that will send Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns for 3 first-round picks and 2 additional picks. I can't wait for the exact details of the deal. That's going to be very interesting. So Deshaun Watson, after all of this turmoil for about 365 days, has found himself on a brand new team in Cleveland. All right, so what does this mean for Houston? They get exactly what they want, the capital that will help them jumpstart their organization to hopefully be competitive in the near future in the next 3 to 4 years with the investments that they get today. For Deshaun Watson, he also benefits because he goes to a team that's already loaded. They already have pieces on both sides of the ball. It's going to be interesting. I think they still need probably to bring in some help at the receiving core. So we're going to see how that turns out for them. But he goes to a team that's already ready to win. They just have always had a quarterback issue. Baker Mayfield spent many years helping that team come up short. And Cleveland is going to be the poster child of going to get an elite quarterback and seeing if that's what's going to propel them far in the playoffs and try to figure out how they can eventually win a Super Bowl with them. So Deshaun ends up in Cleveland, which is shocking. Everybody said Cleveland was out. It was up to the Saints and the Falcons, which obviously was a lie. Cleveland sneaks right back in, and he basically says, bam, that's where I'm going. That is my best option. And I know Dolphin fans really wanted him to come to Miami, but it is what it is. There was too much loaded things happening in Miami. It just couldn't happen for multiple reasons. At the end of the day, the deal has officially been finalized as of right now. So that ship has sailed. The Miami Dolphins go on being the Miami Dolphins. Deshaun Watson goes on to his new endeavor, and Houston starts a new chapter in their organization. All right. Now, as far as the Dolphins, though, I know there's a lot of people that was very hopeful for this type of move. I believe we definitely had him, but we didn't pull the trigger out of concerns of legal issues. I want to say this to Dolphin fans that really wanted Deshaun Watson and want to get mad about not pulling the trigger at the trade deadline. Our organization did the right thing at the deadline. I know we want to bash the Dolphins, but they actually made the right decision at the deadline. It was always too dangerous to pull the trigger without knowing. Because, again, there could have been evidence that we all didn't know about. Now, we all who followed the case and read all the presented available evidence that everybody had, that's why a lot of us were confident nothing would happen to Deshaun Watson. But you never know, because what if some evidence come out that we didn't know? So the Dolphins actually did the right thing by not pulling the trigger. Had they pulled the trigger and some evidence we didn't know came out and he got 20 years in prison, I'm just saying that, then we would have all been looking crazy. So I'm not mad at the organization for not pulling the trigger at the deadline. But the problem is, screw the deadline. When the deadline was over and we came into this summer, they actually made a decision and they moved off of the Deshaun Watson pursuit. And that's where the issue came. That's where the issue came. My bad. One moment. Okay. I thought somebody sent me something breaking. I thought somebody trying to troll me and say we got a lineman that's already been picked up. But anyway, but yeah, so that's the only issue I have with Miami Dolphins. They had went ahead and said that they feel that they could build a winning team around Tua Tagovailoa. That wasn't my issue that they feel that way. We actually hope that that's what happens. But I am tired as a Miami Dolphin fan, as many of you all are, operating off of hope instead of freaking more definitive situations, even like this free agency, y'all. We got a whole bunch of players we brought in that represent hope. Outside of the guard and maybe Mostert, everything else is hope. Oh, well, I like him. He runs a 4-2. Hope. Well, he's skilled at running back behind Mostert. Hope. People are tired of that. Shout out to Agree to Disagree TV with a donation saying, TD, word is Watson, stop talking to us at the float situation. But Miami come out and lie and say they closed the door on Watson. Can we trust them now? That's a good point. That's a good point. Since I have no confirmation of that, I've never really discussed that. But it is a realistic situation where they closed the door only because Watson stopped talking to them. But again, that goes to a whole nother argument about, the whole situation that went down in the first place. All right, Slaw said this means we face Watson, Burrow, Rodgers, Josh Allen twice, Cousins, Lamar, and Justin Herbert. We might as well tank at this point. I'm so embarrassed of this franchise. Let me count it up. Watson, Burrow, Rodgers, Josh Allen twice, Cousins, Lamar Jackson, and Herbert. God dog, we got the Elite Eight. We got the Elite Eight. Half of our schedule is the Elite Eight. Oh my Jesus. Half of our schedule is the Elite Eight. We got to play the Elite Eight. And the crazy thing is, all 8 of those teams are poised to go to the playoffs. The Browns now have a shot to go to the playoffs, a really good one now. Watson versus Baker Mayfield, oh my gosh. Burrow, they have a huge shot to go back to the playoffs, and they should, especially where they left off. And they filled all the holes they had, and they didn't just fill them, they got quality players at them. That's the thing that's aggravating me about Dolphin players. We fill a hole, we think we've accomplished something. Did you fill it with one of the top 5 players in the position or the top 10? We ain't even bring in a player that probably top 10. Maybe we ain't bring in a top 15 player at the position. Well, hold on. The guard we brought in was number 15. So we bring in no players in the top 14. That's where we are with it. But anyway, let me go back to this Elite Eight. The Bengals, they done got some of the best players at all of their holes, especially the O-line. Lamar Jackson, as long as they don't deal with injuries like last year, they'll be back in it. Herbert, that defense just got real legit, and the offense didn't lose a step. Kirk Cousins, read up his money, but they always contend. It depends on how they build that team, whether we'll have a chance or not. Josh Allen, no need to comment. Aaron Rodgers, even without Devontae Adams, game like that is scary because it's Aaron Rodgers. The Elite Eight, that's what we got to play this year. Why is Grier still employed? I found myself defending Grier in the last 24 hours. Listen, y'all, let me tell you something that I know, okay? This is something that I know. And I'm going to try my best not to go into detail because I'm privileged to know. But I'll just say this. There's a reason I've been a little bit defending Chris Grier the last 24 hours. And I'll go ahead and let you in on that reason. Grier said he wanted to be aggressive. He said he was going to be aggressive. Has Chris Grier been aggressive? Yes or no in the comment section. Has Chris Grier been aggressive? Yes or no in the comment section. I'm about to show y'all something. Of course, everybody's writing no. I'm getting all the no's in the comment section. Let me ask y'all a question. How y'all know he ain't been aggressive? I'm finna check y'all, by the way, humbly. You know, I ain't trying to come at nobody, but I'm giving y'all a dose of reality real quick. How in the heck do you know he ain't been aggressive? Because ain't nobody here. So if I told you that Chris Grier offered a top free agent more money than anybody else and more guaranteed money than anybody else, and we still didn't get him, does that mean he wasn't aggressive? Does that mean he wasn't aggressive? If he offered the top dollar than anybody with more guarantees, does that mean he wasn't aggressive? Why do everybody, and this is what I told y'all before free agency, and a lot of people got mad at me and say, oh, you so negative. I said, just because we got the money and we go after them, why are y'all making it seem like we guaranteed to get them? Like all of these mock videos and all of this stuff all on the web, the Dolphins need to go get this, this, and this, and we'll be contenders. Like, okay, sounds good. You act like a GM determines who comes to them. In free, it's called free agency. Do you know what the free word stands for? The player has a free right to choose where they want to go for more or less money. For more or less money. You don't know who Chris Grier pursued and how much he offered. But what I know is that Miami Dolphins are operating plan C right now. Because what I was told is they went all out on multiple players and almost every single one of them turned them down, with the exception of one overbid where they couldn't win the battle, where it was just so ridiculous. Already a deal that everybody talk about, oh, they overpaid. Think about that. And then we move on to our second options, option Bs, and we can't even secure them. Offering them more money because now we have it, because option A's didn't take the deals. And even option B said no, with the exception of one option B, which he's on this team now, 15th ranked, best ranked at his position at guard. And then we went to option C, where you'd never have to overpay, and we start signing everybody. And we start signing everybody. So these narratives, Chris Grier needs to be fired. Well, I've been saying that for a few years now for other reasons. But this situation, slow down, ladies and gentlemen. The man could have been doing everything he needed to do to try to help this organization win, but the ultimate decision isn't up to him. We are a tainted organization right now. From the quarterback situation, what kind of old linemen want to block for this quarterback that want to win? What kind of wide receivers want to run routes for this quarterback that want to win? Even if this quarterback is just fine and great, there is no track record of it and no track record of fixing the O-line. So why would a receiver want to come here while you're trying to fix it? And you still don't even have an answer if the quarterback and the O-line you could even fix. Not to mention the Brian Flores situation. That has tainted this organization worse than ever. And the sad part about it is a lot of people know that the Brian Flores situation tainted this organization, but it made them more mad at Brian Flores instead of the people who put Brian Flores in that position anyway. Let me tell you something that I heard today from somebody close to the situation. This organization tried to Mark Jackson Brian Flores. And if you don't know what the Mark Jacksoning of somebody means, it means a coach comes in, changes the culture, brings in talent, and right before it's time for them to win, you try to switch them out with a Sean Payton or Steve Kerr. You try to switch them out with a Sean Payton or Steve Kerr. You bring them in to do all your dirty work. And once everything look like it's on the up and up, ready to take that next step, you swap it out for a Steve Kerr. Or, like I keep saying, a Sean Payton, like the Miami Dolphins admitted they were trying to pursue. And all of these low-key plans that they've had, every single one of them is backfiring on them. And I believe it's just straight up hard-nosed karma. But be careful who you point the blame to. Well, if Flores would have just went through with it, we would have been able to. Why this man got to do something illegal and unethical for us to feel good? The onus should be on the people who put us in the position to where we got to cheat to win. TD, we're 22 years into a 3-year rebuild. Juju to the Chiefs also. Did Juju just sign with the Chiefs for real? That is wild to me. I'm done with this, man. Now I got to see where Landry go. Please be out of the AFC. I'm going to just say prepare to have a lot of angry live streams on Monday when we recap Sunday's L's this season. 2-15, you hearing it here first. Now, I ain't going to go that far, but I understand what you're saying, but I ain't going to go 2-15 far. But trust me, I understand what you're saying, bro. Salute to the homie Pete. Keep showing love, man. Love you, bro. This is crazy, man. This is crazy to me. And now they're trying to build this narrative out here about Chris Grier believing in the linemen that we have and saying that, you know, the coaches should be able to develop them. I'm going to tell y'all something. Chris Grier might be sticking it to y'all right now. And when I say y'all, us. He might be sticking it to us and the organization. All these people, well, Brian Flores and his coaching staff couldn't develop old linemen and you know, this and that and this, a run game and all of that. You know what Chris Grier might be telling us? Chris Grier might be saying, you know what? Okay, I just got you a coach. All y'all raving about it, saying how much better he is than Brian Flores, and he's the great, he's the offensive guru. Then let's see if he can fix it. Let's see the even playing field. Let's see if he can fix it. Let's see if he can coach this O-line up. Let's see if he can, you know, coach up Tua. Why should we have to change the personnel if everybody's saying that it was coaching? And that is a fair question to all these people running around here dogging Brian Flores left and right about coaching and how he could never bring in a staff. And if that's true, then you shouldn't have expected free agents anyway of high significance. If that was true, then we shouldn't have nothing to worry about because everybody around here is saying we got the coaches now. So we should be straight, right? Why do certain people have outrage when it was Brian Flores and his inability to bring in a coaching staff, and them same people I hear out of their very own mouth right now saying this coaching staff will get it done. They know how to develop talent. They know how to, oh, well, let's leave the same team and get it done. I love the competition in the AFC. I do too if we were a part of it. So I have to humble myself and say, let's see. Maybe they can get it done. Maybe Austin Jackson looks great this year. Maybe Michael Dieter becomes a premier center. Maybe Jesse Davis makes the Pro Bowl. Maybe Tua becomes all pro. Why would I not give it a chance? But I don't understand the contradiction of the people that are mad that they're not bringing nothing in when they kept saying it was coaching. It doesn't make any sense to me. But we will get a prime opportunity to do so. What I was told this morning is that the Miami Dolphins are sitting around holding out hope that they are choosing one or two players choose them over 8 teams that are pursuing one of the same players. And the other player, I don't know how many pursuing them. Miami's sitting back waiting, hoping that they are chosen by a player that about 8 teams are trying to acquire. Let's see what happens. Maybe they get the deal done because the offer is still out there. The money's there. Maybe they get the deal done. We don't know. I'm going to sit around and wait. And you know what I kept saying? Oh, y'all, one moment. You going in or you staying outside? Okay. Well, close the door behind yourself. Sorry, my kids was playing out here. Love you too. Yeah, what I've been thinking lately, I kept saying that if we could just at least get a left tackle to implement and help this run game and pass protection, maybe we can, build through that. But I'm sorry. I tried my best to look at the bright spot and say, if we could at least get a tackle. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at my team. Even if we got the tackle, I'm sorry. It is going to be very hard to compete in the AFC, even with whoever the best tackle is. Bring Armstead in here. Hoop, holla, hooray. It is going to be hard regardless to compete in the freaking AFC at this point. It's ridiculous. At the end of the day, no matter how we all feel, agree to disagree or whatever it may be. Yes, go ahead. We all just want to win. That's it. I put this on Twitter about an hour ago because somebody sent me a message similar to it, and it was very interesting. They said every year Dolphin fans in the offseason know that the Dolphins don't do anything of significance, but they'll argue with you and say, just be patient and let's see how it plays out. How many years are we required to be patient and let it play out? You know what? Give me 67 seconds to just go on this rant. Dolphin fans who tell me I'm negative and I need to let things play out, don't talk to me. Shut your mouth when you talk. Don't when you think you want to talk to me. Don't talk to me. I am sick of y'all being the Dolphin police and trying to tell fans what they are required to do to justify them being real fans. You are not the Miami Dolphins fan club president. You do not tell me and other people how they're supposed to cheer, how they're supposed to analyze, how they're supposed to speak about the team that they love and pretty much probably love 10 times longer than you. Speak for yourself. You want to go down that road of delusion every year? That's your business. But don't try to instill that on me. I'm going to speak me, and I don't want anybody to listen to me if I ever tell you what you need to do as a fan. You need to complain. I ain't never told nobody they need to complain. I just do it when it's necessary. Don't talk to me about, oh, you a negative fan and you a delusional one. You a gullible one. You believe everything they tell you, and every year they were wrong, and you were blindly led and got slapped in the face, and then you come back for more. There's other words for that, but I try to keep it PC right now. every year. They slap you in your face. And then you go on the campaign trail to all Dolphin fans why you should love them anyway. There are too many choice words for people like that, and I am not going to speak them because I'm trying to be civil right now. Trying to tell fans what they should and shouldn't do, what they allowed and what they ain't allowed to do. You ain't a real Dolphin fan if you got a problem with any Dolphin fans' feeling. I ain't never had a problem with anybody's feeling about believing in Tua or believing in this organization. I just give my opinion and it might disagree with yours. It's crazy to me. And then they make you out to try to be the one who's being negative and toxic. I have always respected other people's opinion, even if it wasn't best for the team. All I've done is told you why I disagree and I feel like it ain't best. But on the other side, when you disagree and tell them why it ain't best, then they get into name calling and the disrespect. It ain't even. These delusionals out here toxic and try to put that toxicity on other people because they want the team to do better. The saddest part of it all, just because sometimes I see bad things happening before you, don't mean I'm negative. Maybe I just evaluate better than you. That's why I always say time will tell, and I could be wrong. But every time we get to a new year, it looks like what I was telling y'all end up being correct. So was I negative or was I on freaking point? Was I negative or was I on freaking point? And last thing I'll say for all y'all people who always testing. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think I'm back in. Last thing I'll say for y'all people. Let me tell y'all something. The last 2 years and 3 years, you know, one of the main things people tell me, they say, "Oh, so you think you know better than a GM? You think you know better than a blah, blah, blah?" I don't know better than anybody. I just give my take. And if it ends up that I was right and that GM or whoever you talking about was wrong, it don't mean I think I'm better than them. But don't sit here and act like GMs don't get fired every year, coaches don't get fired every year. They be wrong too. So I'm not claiming to know nothing better than anybody. But nobody is greater than thou. Give your thoughts, give your opinion. The person in charge, their philosophy reigns because they're the ones in charge. They'll do it, and we'll sit back and see if they were right or not. And we constantly are wrong. And y'all think that we're supposed to just support the wrong. And just because we don't support the wrong don't make us not Dolphin fans. We not just going to support stupidity. We ain't going to support bad decisions. And we going to be vocal about it and still be fans. And that's the problem with Dolphin fanhood. All of our fans, including me. We are the one organization that gives their team zero accountability. Well, what are we going to do? My point exactly. That's you. That's me. What are we going to do? Well, it is what it is. We don't make the decisions. We got to live with it and still be a fan. No. Express your displeasure and still root for the team and hope they do well. But express your displeasure if you truly have it. If you have displeasure, express it. That don't make you less of a fan. Matter of fact, when you express your displeasure, it makes you more of a fan because you care. It's just like a relationship. When he or she stop caring, that's when you have a problem. When he or she actually trying to fix it and they care and they're talking through the bad parts, that's whenever you can work on it. But when you don't care, that's when you have a problem where you're over it. or you're not invested as much as others. So if you're not going to be invested as much as others, shut your mouth trying to criticize how they operate. Damian said, we haven't been to the AFC title game since 92. My first year as a Dolphins fan, I was 9 years old. Let that sink in. We ain't won a playoff game in 20-some years. I'm going to come in the comment section, see what y'all think about the things that I had to say. Put your comments in the comment section. I want to read some of them, see what y'all think about this moment. Then this ain't even a moment about, oh my gosh, they didn't get Watson, they're terrible. This is everything about the Miami Dolphins. I don't care. Watson is trash now. Y'all know me. He ain't come to Miami. We ain't gonna get him, regardless of who fault that is. He trash. Just like Josh Allen, trash. He ain't nothing to me anymore. Matter of fact, he the 33rd ranked QB in the league. He ain't nothing to me no more. Announced on ESPN. What was announced? TD, you okay? It's only football. Ha ha. Well, I'm always good, bro. I just like speaking my mind. LOL. It's all par for the course. Yeah, it is all par for the course. And with that, people need to understand. And that's another thing. I don't dish out nothing that I can't take. You know, for people out there who be like, oh well, you knew people were gonna. Okay, I'm not complaining about anything. I don't dish out anything I can't take. People can do whatever they want. They can go online, make a thread, put some captions, add pictures. You know, call me this, call me that, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. It ain't that big of a deal for me. It ain't even an issue to me. So I say that because some of y'all really be getting into it with people on my behalf. Y'all ain't got to do that. Let them be. I laugh at 95% of it anyway. The other 5% just be disrespect on the level that, you know, they just need to be blocked. I better see those 71-yard passes to Waddle next season. Y'all need to stop. TD, same old fans. You are a real fan. Keep speaking and spreading the truth, my man. Salute, KP. Appreciate that, man. TD rants are top tier. TD, don't let your blood pressure to go up. Man, y'all always say that to me. I promise y'all don't understand. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my rants and stuff. They sound passionate because they are, but I don't say it from a place of, oh my gosh, man, I'm getting tired of this crap, man. God, don't. No, I just say it from a place of, it's time to check a few people. It's enjoyable to me. I don't want y'all to think that I'm stressing about anything. The Dolphins do not stress me. I want to see us win. So I wanted, when I put myself in this position of being a commentator of the Miami Dolphins and analyzing everything they do and coming to understand the organization, that's all I do. I announce news, give you my take on it, my opinion, how it impacts everything around it, and I keep it moving. And it gets passionate sometimes, and it gets debates and information. I just feel real good about what I do because I'm in every subject. So when somebody throws something out there, I make sure they're considering all angles. Just like when I came on this show just now. Everybody is sitting here talking about Chris Grier needs to be fired. How do you know this man wasn't aggressive and he threw the bank at everybody? That don't mean there weren't people that didn't say, "Nah, I'm straight. I ain't coming to Miami." That don't mean there ain't people that said, "I don't want to play for that quarterback." That don't mean there ain't people that said, "I don't want to play for that line." That don't mean people didn't say, "I don't want to pay for new coaches." That don't mean people didn't say, "I don't want to pay for an organization who dealing with all that drama." That don't mean they ain't say, "Oh, nah, y'all tanking over there for 100,000, whether it's true or not." So I give all perspectives. I could be on that train with y'all and just riding out that Grier sucks. but I try to add every perspective possible. But when I added that one, it's because I actually had a conversation with somebody and they have been aggressive, but they've been unsuccessful. And they're in that building scrambling right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. It did not take this long to sign all the same people that was already on the roster. If it was a part of the plan, let me give you a little context. If it was a part of the plan to do what they're doing now, then why did it take so long? And they could have did this day one. Why did it take so long to re-sign all of these guys that was on the roster last year? Could have been done in seconds the minute free agency opened. Could have been extensions even before. Why did it take several days to start to be making the signings? Oh, we're bringing him back now. Oh, we're bringing him back because they had a plan, and that plan failed because players didn't want to come to Miami. And this sucks for everybody. It sucks for the fans. It sucks for the organization. It sucks for Tua. It sucks for some receivers. It sucks for the defense. It sucks for people that feel like they'll be wasting their time in Miami. But that's why they signing all these one-year deals too. So they could try again next year, hopefully when the smoke clears or some things have more clarity. Like we'll know about our quarterback. And we'll know, hopefully, about the Flores situation. We'll know. I'm still holding out the hope that they'll secure a top lineman. And these people saying, why are people panicking? We still have the draft. Leave me alone. For the record, if it ain't a top 10 pick, I have never in the history of football, NFL football, counted on the draft for a day one starter. Doesn't mean you won't get a day one starter, but I have never counted on it. I don't care what position you draft at number 29, you hope they start. There is no guarantee that they will. If you go in free agency and get Jerome Armstead, you know he's starting. You go in free agency and get Allen Robinson, you knew he was going to start. You go in free agency and get any player that has already proven their value and they are a top player at their position, you know they're going to start. Stop talking to me about another hopeful. Well, we still got the draft. Stop. Even last year. Thank you for Javon Holland just being that great. We didn't know that, though. We believed it. But you don't know what you're going to get on Sundays. Jalen Phillips didn't even start. Matter of fact, still didn't start. I mean, come on, man. Facts. We were willing to pay Clowney what he wanted, and he still refused to come to Miami. It's all good. I'm here for it. TD, this franchise, what's up, Donald? TD, this franchise won't turn around until Ross sells the team. Keep in mind, Watson had a no trade clause. He chose where he will play. Players won't come here due to the owner. Spot on TD with analysis. And the crazy thing is, I feel like Watson came to a road where he was like, man, I don't want to come to none of these three teams. But hey, that's my options right now. Let me get up out of Houston. And this report that Watson ain't going to Cleveland, that he told them no, and that it's Atlanta or the Saints. At the end of the day, I already know what time it is. Watson looked at it and said, if I go to the Saints, first of all, they trying to give up half the roster to get me. We going to be trash. I'm straight. If I go to Atlanta, They ain't got no capital to build around me. And on top of it, that ain't it. They ain't got the weapons. Ridley suspended. Um, the freaking I got Pitts in me. Nah, that ain't it. But you know what? And I don't even think he wanted to go to the Browns. But at the end of the day, that team already built. That team is a playoff team with the right quarterback, hands down. They built that team. They listened to everybody's excuses about Baker, and they filled every excuse. That team ready to compete. And the quarterback's performance never improved as they got better and better. He was the same quarterback. Even if the stats looked like they were higher, it was still the same quarterback with the same percentage. So he knew that going to Cleveland, they ain't got to get rid of all their players to get me. They just throwing away draft picks. Screw those anyway. And we can at least keep that team intact that's ready to compete. The Browns have a playoff team. The Browns have a playoff team. They have a playoff team. They just needed a quarterback. That's why they were so off of Baker and vocal about it. Man, I really hope the Browns fail. Because if the Browns have any level of success, just making the playoffs alone, if the Browns have any level of success, it is going to be one of the biggest condemning moments for the Miami Dolphins. Because the Browns are in a similar situation as us, but the difference is they had already given their quarterback an extra 2 years. And their extra 2 years end up being a bad decision for them. I wonder if Arizona would have given Rosen 2 more years. Mm, interesting. I wonder if the Rams would have said, hey, man, we can still stick it out with Goff. We've been there before. I wonder why the San Francisco 49ers are even trading Jimmy G. They went to a Super Bowl and a championship round. Why would they be trading Jimmy G? Some things just aren't adding up to me, at least from the Miami Dolphins perspective. And then to add insult on top of it, the biggest slap in the face is this. We are trying to mirror a format that another team is trying that we got it from is about to abandon. Oh my gosh. We are about to mirror a format that another team is abandoning, and it's the team we got the format from. Middle of the road quarterback, but just build a great run game and structure and a great unit around it. We can get it done. So why are they trading Jimmy G? Why? Make it make sense. Like, at least stick with Jimmy G and keep trying to get it. But we're about to adopt a format that they admittedly realize that caliber of quarterback, it just doesn't work with. It just doesn't work with. It's not going to work. Otherwise, why would they even be willing to move on? It's crazy to me. Somebody got to make that make sense for me. Somebody who disagrees with me, please explain that one to me. Why are the San Francisco 49ers moving on from Jimmy G? Good point, TD. So why doesn't Flo, the O-line, or Noah get a chance to be better, but Tua gets a chance? Did Rosen get an O-line and running game? Well, we already know the personal agenda of Tua Tagovailoa, okay? We know that there is an extreme bias when it comes to him. He's the only person where contradiction has no meaning. He's allowed to do things that others aren't. He's allowed to get the excuses that others aren't. Or reasons. He's allowed to get, let me not use excuses because that's negative. He's allowed to get the reasons that others aren't allowed to get. DDJ said they're all in on Lance. My point exactly. Why did they have to go get Lance in the first place? Why? Think about that. There ain't no excuse, no matter how you want to slice it. Jimmy G has gone to a Super Bowl. Jimmy G has went to a championship round. Why did you have to go draft Lance? I don't remember. When was Trey Lance drafted? What round and what pick? Does anybody remember? I just don't remember. What round and what pick? What round and what pick was Trey Lance? Somebody close. Somebody knows. Somebody knows. If you're a Dolphin fan, you better know because you better know you had the pick. First round, third overall. So you mean to tell me they're high on Lance, but why did you have to draft the quarterback at number 3 overall when he went to a Super Bowl and he also went to a championship round, pretty much? And you weren't high on him before that. But now he don't went to a championship round, but you're still moving on from him. Because you realize that you cannot win with just an above average to good quarterback. You need a really good, great, or an elite quarterback. They are telling y'all that to your face. The same system that we're about to adopt, ladies and gentlemen, they are the operators of that system is basically telling you you cannot do it with a average, above average, nor a good quarterback. They have to be really good, great, or elite. They have to be the Kirk Cousins of the world, the Derek Carrs of the world. That's the floor. I get so mad when TD be right. Vaughn, you crazy, man. Nah, but real talk. I did that. That's where I've been scratching my head. Okay, we brought in Mike McDaniel. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We're gonna establish a run. Okay. All right. Oh, we going to the West Coast like San Francisco? Oh, okay, okay. Then maybe they are getting Watson. Maybe they are. I feel like they really have closed the door. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but because I've been telling y'all for the last 2 weeks since Grier said that, oh, the door closed. I have no faith that they're gonna do what's right. But as soon as they close that door, I scratched my head and said, they're sticking with Tua in a West Coast offense. But you had a front row seat. You had a front row seat in San Francisco. And you should be the first one to know that Jimmy G wasn't good enough to help that team get to where they needed to be. But yeah, you're trying to bring the same system here with the quarterback who has accomplished way less than even Jimmy G. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You have front row seats to know that Jimmy G. Oh my God, never mind. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. And this is coming from a fan who just wants to win. And that's why I'm passionate because I want it to make sense. That's why it gets frustrating to me. It'd be like, I want to win, but what y'all telling me how are we supposed to win doesn't make sense because there's precedent for it. And that precedent has continued to fail. But we're the Dolphins. And even just because they failed at it don't mean we will. So now Mike McDaniel is better than Shanahan. Mike McDaniel is now better than Kyle. That's supposed to be the difference. And we hope he is. Would you have paid what the Browns paid for Watson? Did they finally give the details? All I saw was 3 firsts and a few other picks. I need to know what those few other picks were. But I can tell you initially, I'll say I believe absolutely 3 picks. We were already poised to give up 3 1s and 2 2s and a player. And they were able to get it done with 3 1s. I need to see them other picks. A third and a fourth, I think, man. For what I've seen, it's a $230 million deal. I mean, how does that work? What do y'all mean it's a $230 million deal? Did they already restructure Watson? Is that what y'all saying? Because, I mean, there's no deal in the trade when it comes to money. Watson already has a contract. Are y'all saying that they've already restructured?
Come out.
Y'all, come on. Come outside with Daddy.
What are we going to do outside?
It's called playing outside instead of being on your tablet all the time, okay? Yes, it's called get your hands dirty. Dig your hand in the dirt and get dirty a little, okay?
Yeah.
Nah, never mind. Just have fun. Don't, because y'all take it overboard. Sorry, y'all. I'm talking to my little ones.
Can we play with you?
After you eat that, don't go out there playing. You finish that and then you go play, okay?
Yes.
All right. I'm fine. I'm on the phone, okay? So 3 firsts, a third, and a fourth. I mean, somebody need to give me the accurate. I'm seeing different stuff. 3 first-round picks and a third and a fourth. Oh my Jesus! Oh my God! Is that it? Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? He cost 3 1s, a third, and a fourth. Oh my gosh! You talk about add insult. We were gonna give up more at the trade deadline. We were gonna give up 3 firsts, 2 seconds, and a player at the deadline, man. Oh my gosh. 5-year, 230 fully guaranteed. I'm trying to understand what y'all talking about. Deshaun Watson wanted to come to Miami. He had the capital and needed an elite QB. And he ends up in Cleveland. What is wrong with our franchise, TD? Hey, man, time will tell, man. I'm trying to understand what are y'all talking about. Did he restructure his contract with Cleveland? Is it a whole new deal than what he had in Houston? Because he had already had a deal. Paid in full means next year they will be hurting to pay top talent. I'm trying to understand this. According to TD, you can't win with an overpaid quarterback. Browns are screwed. No, filthy cat. That means you tune into this channel for 1 month, go away for 9 months, and come back another month and write a comment like that. There's different factors to evaluate that. Listen, man, can somebody give me the full terms of the deal? Because y'all are saying 5 years, 230 million fully guaranteed. I mean, I don't even know what y'all talk about. Did they give Deshaun Watson a new deal? Yes, new deal. $230 million. He got a fully guaranteed, fully $230 million deal, fully guaranteed. Ooh, eating. So basically, he just got $44 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. That's a $44 million a year contract. Is that what we're talking about? First year, $1 million if suspended. Man, there's too much. I'm gonna have to study this contract because y'all also have to make sure it's not a ESPN $230 million and fully guaranteed, making NFL history. So the next Years.
Open it.
We listen. I'll read the contract details. I ain't trying to call nobody out, but a lot of people don't understand salary cap because they inherit the deal from Houston. They don't get to void and give a new one. They get to restructure it. So the deal could be an extension of the current deal. And what people need to understand is this deal might actually give them cap relief. People don't understand, just like everybody around here, oh, the Buffalo Bills stupid. They gave that man that big old 6-year deal. Oh my gosh, they get to spread out the bonus. So you also need to wait to see what his signing bonus is. Because whatever Watson's bonus is going to be able to be spread out over the term of it. Sometimes they get these massive deals and it's a salary cap relief. Look at this. $45 million signing bonus, $1 million base salary year one. Thank you. I'm gonna read all the details and I'll break it down to y'all when I get a chance. But I can tell you already, if that's the case, let me break this down for y'all. If it's $45 million signing bonus, right? $1 million base salary in first year. This is what that means. They are about to load up around him. Y'all gonna be like, how can they give him that kind of deal and still go get players? Let me tell you how. This year is a $1 million base salary. That signing bonus can be divided into 5 years, okay? So $45 million divided into 5, y'all. That is $9 million a year. He will count against the cap potentially only $10 million this year. This year, he will count only $10 million against the cap. And mark my words, next year, he's supposed to be counting about like 60-something million in these terms. I still got to see the details, but all they're going to do is restructure every year and kick it out for voidable years because they're in a window of win now. They got too much talent on the team. They didn't bring him in there just to have scrubs around him. There's too much talent on that team. Mark my words, he's going to count against the cap about $10 million this year. And they're going to keep on adding years. Every year, a new restructure just to kick the can down the road. I told y'all the same thing with Patrick Mahomes' 10-year deal. The man already restructured it twice before they even played the last year. They gave the man the deal. 4 months later, he had already restructured twice. So I know a lot of y'all be looking at it as a negative of, oh, they're screwed for the next this and that. No, they're in a window to win now, so they rather go for it all now and then be broke 4 or 5 years from now knowing they can't afford it anymore. See, let me give you an example. The Saints did it. It didn't work out. They didn't get it done. That's why they're in the situation they're in today. Guess who else did it? The Cowboys did it 4 years ago. It didn't work. Now look at the situation they're in. The Chiefs did it. Lucky them. It worked. But the only reason, a huge part of why it worked, because Mahomes was also on a rookie deal. The freaking Buccaneers did it. It worked. The Rams did it. It worked. Some teams it works for, and that's what you're chasing, the Super Bowl. Some teams it doesn't work for. The Cowboys, they failed kicking the can down the road. Now they're paying for it because they got to let everybody go. The Saints, they failed kicking the can down the road. Now they're paying for it. So all these people, the salary cap is fake. It's not fake. You can manipulate it, but you can only do it for so many years until you get to a point like the Saints, negative 80 million, like the Cowboys, negative 50, and they had to all figure it out. And how did they figure it out? They either let all the players go or they kicked it. The Saints actually kicked the can down the road again, just so y'all know. They making it worse. But the only reason they did, this is what's messed up. The only reason the Saints kicked the can down the road again with all the players is because they thought that they would be able to get Watson. And all they did is made their future another year bad, kicking it down the road. That's all they did. So does Fuller sign with Browns today or tomorrow? That's gonna be an interesting one. I can't wait to see that one. He better not ball out either. I'm gonna be so heated. Oh my gosh, man. Everybody, listen, what y'all gotta understand is we got a new breed of quarterback who just entered the NFL. This is a new breed of quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new breed. The talent is becoming so great for the great guys. They're such a triple threat now that this is a new era. When you get one, you go for broke for a Super Bowl because you don't need a franchise quarterback for 20 years just to win no Super Bowl. Example, Dan Marino. Teams are abandoning, well, not all teams, obviously, but most teams are abandoning that old philosophy, build a team to sustain long term. That era is about to be phased out. The new era is if you ever get a franchise quarterback, grab him, get as much as you can out of him as far as loading up around him for as long as you can. And when it's time for the rubber to meet the road, it's all over. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. It may not happen now, but in about 5 years, you're going to start seeing teams move on from their elite quarterback easier and easier. You're going to start to see teams move on from their elite quarterback easier because they're going to get everything they can out of the window with them. And once they can't afford them anymore, they're going to get all the draft picks they can and amass them. They're going to trade them off and get everything they can. And they're going to wait for the next young person in their prime and throw all the money at them, get them, and then go for broke. Teams are going to start saying, we got a 4-year window to get something done. Hopefully we get one. And now we got a 2-year window of just being absolute trash, but we're going to hoard draft picks and not care about winning. That is going to be the new formula because it's a better chance getting the Super Bowl that way than just building a solid team competing every year. You know why? Because the solid team that competes every year will always go up against a team that's stacked in a window. Remember what I just said. The team that's built to compete every year will always go up against a team that's stacked, that are in a window in win now mode. And that's why you got the Rams winning. That's why you have teams like the Rams that did what they did. Did the Rams play the San Francisco 49ers? Y'all answer me. Did the Rams play the San Francisco 49ers? That's what they planned. That's what's going to be happening to those teams that compete every year. They'll never be able to eventually beat the team that is just stacked. 10-year plan with Grier and Tua, man. Come on, Pete. Stop. This bad for Miami. Why couldn't Miami just do right? LOL. Well, they feel like what they're doing is right, and we just got to keep on giving them an opportunity to. We got to keep giving them an opportunity to. But I want y'all to think about that. You could be, and then y'all remember my theory of all you need is a team full of sevens and eights. The problem is we just entered into a new NFL, y'all. Because when teams go for broke with an elite quarterback, they got a team full of 8, 9s, and 10s. Go look at the Rams roster. 8, 9s, and 10s. When the Bucks won, 8, 9s, and 10s. 8s, 9s, and 10s all on the roster. And you ask yourself, how could you do that with the salary cap? You can and you can't. You can do it on a short-term basis, 2 to 3 years. You can't do it long-term. But teams are saying, screw that. If a 3-year window is all we get, at least we got a great shot. Let's go. That's better than a 20-year window always going against the guys in the 3-year window with a loaded team. That's what's happening. Is TD Man Cave under construction? No, I'm actually I'm what I guess you can call spring break vacation. I'm in a whole nother my second home pretty much in Texas right now. And I'm in my father-in-law's backyard, just kicking back in the recliner while the kids play. You know, I got real ops now, so I don't like to go on camera. They be like, dropping my location. TD got real ops now. Oh man. Trey said, trust the process. And then laughed. Yeah, every year they tell us to trust the process. Oh my gosh. Y'all remember 2 years ago? Trust the process. All right, all right, all right. Trust the process. All right, all right, all right. Trust the process. All right. Oh, Flores fired. 100,000 a tank. Oh my, nobody wants to come here. No, I mean, you didn't really get a real old, oh my God, trust the process. Keep trusting the process. This is the negative takes. These are the negative takes, all right? Just like the Sixers, TD and witness protection. Oh man, TD wanted by the FBI. This season will be a disaster. Y'all don't understand, man. Every year you're going forward. Here, this is what it is, y'all. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, going forward, every year you will have 6 teams at a minimum going for broke. What is going for broke? Spending all your money now. Spending all of your money now. Overloading and everything to win now, even though 2, 3, or 4 years later, you're going to have a trash team because of the contracts that you pushed out. You'll have a minimum of 6 teams every year from this point going forward. And this is why the well-constructed teams will never be able to compete. The teams that just use their normal salary cap money and buy players and fit it in, they won't be able to compete. Because you're playing against teams that have a roster that averages freaking 8.5 on a 1 to 10 scale. Have y'all seen the AFC? Minimum of 6 teams going for broke a year in the NFL going forward. And I am here to tell y'all this year you got about 10 of them. You don't think the Chargers going for broke? They say, yeah, we got our guy. Let's put all our money into it now. While he's getting paid a little bit of money, let's go ahead and build a winner now. We may suck later, but we got to give all our money now. Cincinnati going for broke. The Chiefs constantly going for broke. They got about another year and a half. Another year or 2 max, and then they're in trouble. But at least they might have gotten 1 or 2 out of that time frame. Freaking Tampa been going for broke. Now Cleveland's going for broke. Buffalo has just entered the realm of going for broke. They didn't just. They entered it last year. But now they are. That's 6 teams right there. We got more. I got to think. I'm running a blur right now. This is the Raiders version of going for broke. These teams are going for it all now. So your other teams that are just building a solid team that's going to try to, lead. Like I want y'all to think about this. So the Dolphins' run game is supposed to lead the way. You think our run game going to be better than Tennessee's? if Derrick Henry stay healthy, yes or no in the comment section. Is this run game going to be better than Tennessee's? Yes or no? And if you tell the truth and say no, Tennessee can't even get it done. Because they always run into somebody who's going for broke. And that is a solid team. The way they built that team, strong defense, led by the run game, a above average to slightly good quarterback, not really good, not great, not elite, just a solid quarterback that can't carry it himself. Those are the teams that always compete, but they fall short because they lose to a team that's going for broke. And that's what we're chasing right now. That's what we're chasing. And we ain't got no Derrick Henry. And you can go get Armstead all you want. Their O-line would still be better than ours on paper. And they in the AFC. TD, don't Miami play Cleveland this year? Is going to show why Miami should have got Watson. Oh, it's going to be very interesting. I got to be honest with y'all. I'm having a confliction. I'm conflicted mentally because it's like when the season starts, I try to keep my positivity no matter what. But what am I supposed to do if every single one of them teams drag us? Stay positive? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Well, some Dolphin fans say if you're a real fan, you should. Oh, my gosh. AFC going to be a free-for-all super death match. It is. It is. 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time, man. And the crazy thing is, there's a part of me that's like, okay, even if it doesn't do well this year, you know, what do we have for the future if it doesn't? Well, we got, 2 first-round picks next year. San Francisco is in a weaker NFC. I mean, the NFC just got weaker. Big time weaker. And San Francisco is in a weaker NFC. Therefore, they'll probably win games. They ain't going to win it all, but they'll win games. Well, it depends, unless Trey Lance become elite right away, then, hey, they got a shot. But that's our draft pick. That's the point that I'm making. We're not going to get a good draft pick. We're not likely to get a good draft pick off of San Francisco. And then our other pick, I got to go see, is that our pick, y'all? The other pick we got in the first round, does it belong to us or is that one of the ones we flipped to? I just don't remember. Y'all let me know, is that our own draft pick? It probably will be. And if it is, the insult of it all is if we do end up 8-9, right in the middle of the pack, picking at 15 or 16. That's the insult of it all. If we are in the middle of the pack and we got the 16th and the 28th pick or something crazy like that, 16 and 25. How do you reorganize your future like that? The only thing making me okay about it is we signed a whole bunch of one-year deals. We'll at least have some money, but if this year bombs out, how do you actually go get a franchise guy? People like, well, we got draft picks. Well, we'll just trade 3 firsts to move up like we wanted with Burrow and it didn't happen. And even if you do trade up to go get a quarterback, who says that quarterback going to be it? We right back in the same cycle. Basically, this is the year we'll know if this whole rebuild failed or not.
Yeah, because it's getting dark.
This will be it. We'll see. 8-9 with this schedule. See, the sole Dolphin thing is this. Out of those 8 games with elite quarterbacks, and some of them other teams going to have better quarterbacks because we're sleeping on the Jets getting better. They went all in. And I don't know what New England doing. But this is what's going to be interesting about it. Yeah, this is what's going to be interesting about this. This is so Dolphin. The 8 good quarterbacks that we play, the great ones, we'll win 2 of those games. But we'll also lose 2 to 3 of the games we're supposed to win. You see how that works? Like, we'll beat a Lamar Jackson again. But we'll lose the Kirk Cousins one. That's how that works. Or we'll lose a game versus the Jets. We'll split with the Jets this year. That's going to be demoralizing for me, man. I want to know what y'all think. Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. What's the record this year for the Miami Dolphins, you think, as of now? None of them picks are equal to Watson. Oh, I know it. I know it. Cleveland ain't stupid. They don't went through. Cleveland done been through. Cleveland might have been through more than us at the quarterback position. They know. They said, screw them picks. We gonna even give you a raise. Come on. The Jets ain't gonna beat us twice. And if they do, we'll have a I'm not even gonna entertain them beating us twice. That would be the lowest. You know what? That would be, see, it's one thing if they beat us, that they actually have a good, great team and it's solid. But at this stage, knowing that they started their rebuild when we started ours and all of that crap, bro, that would be the lowest point in Dolphins history getting swept by the Jets. Y'all stop that mess. Y'all stop that mess. But let me say this to all of our real Dolphin fans. No matter how good, no matter how bad the season is, we will always be fans. We're still going to hold out hope that they give us what we need one day. We're still going to be here talking about history of why we failed and how many times we repeated. But it's going to happen one day. And as real fans, we just want to be there when it happens and know that we've been through so much and we can actually appreciate it happening. So we never give up hope, even for this season. Because y'all know me, man. Over the summer, I got to get my mind into Super Bowl mode. This year might be the hardest time to do it than I ever did, but I'm going to find a way to do it. We win in the Super Bowl, baby. Oh, man. Because there is a part of being delusional about the team you love that's fun. But usually, even if you're delusional, you feel like if all the things hit, it still might happen as a miracle. But hey, man, I love this team. I know y'all love this team. I know it don't look like the brightest thing ever right now, but this is just a chapter in our organization's in the book, man. This is just a chapter. And we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're going to continue to support the team and watch the team. But remember, let's never let these people tell us just because we're critical and we don't believe in something we're doing that we're not fans and we don't support them. We've obviously are the ones who've been through more. And this ain't nothing but these young fans that done been fans for less than 10 years. That is all it is. They just ain't had enough heartache yet. That's all this is. And then these people that's been fans for 20, 30 years acting like this, that's because they're typically the type of people that tune into the team. Once the season's over, they're gone until it's kickoff and it start again. Okay, I'm back. I mean, because if you really follow this team off season, draft, free agent, I ain't talking about the draft and, oh, I heard we drafted this person. Or off-season free agency. Oh, I'm not checking my phone for updates, but I got the freaking notification that the Dolphins got this. So you're listening to it on the radio. I'm talking about the fans who every day is hitting that refresh. Anything new with the Dolphins? Anything new with the Dolphins? The people who are invested in literally knowing everything there is to know about this team. They all know, man. They know. We gotta get inside. Okay. They know. They've been through it all. Y'all go ahead. All right. But anyway, man. TD, we blew it. Hey, let's say this, y'all. This is the deal. This is the year where everything has to be right to have a chance. But it's possible. You're never 100% out of it. So what needs to happen to have a chance this year? Mike McDaniels has to prove that he's a top 5 coach in the NFL in year 1, coach of the year award, pretty much. That's pretty much what he's going to get if he make this work. Tua has to play at a really good level, not a elite level. He ain't got to be Mahomes. He just needs to play at a Kirk Cousins level. That's it. If Tua can play at a Kirk Cousins level, Mike McDaniel can coach his behind off. They can get this O-line. They can get 5 guys that's at least 15th best in the league. If they can turn our O-line to the 15th best O-line in the league, because he ain't got to be top 10 in the O-line. I'm going to be honest. I mean, trust me. As you see, Burrow was 22. Got it done. If we could turn this O-line to 15, but you also got Burrow, but that's not here nor there. You can have production that gets Waddle and Gesicki to the Pro Bowl. You turn Mostert into a premier back where he's a Pro Bowl guy. Let's see. Devontae Parker stays healthy all 16 games. What else needs to happen? The defense plays top 10, not 15 like they ended the season. What else? That'll get it done. And defense can stop the run, they'll be top 15. That'll get it done. That'll get it done. All right. If you're a real Dolphin fan, you want your team to go all out every year. You got a number 1 QB wanting to play with young talent. Crazy not to get him. And again, it's still the possibility that Watson just said, I'm not coming there anymore. Don't forget that, y'all. I know we want to point fingers and place blame,
Daddy.
but we've been a mess. We've been a mess. Hold on.
Daddy,
Yes? You should have ate your lunch. You see what I be talking about? All right, I'll fix you something, okay? Anyway, man, I'm finna get to the fam. TD missing a couple super chats. Oh, I thought I hit him. But I'm about to get to the fam, y'all. I will see y'all later. I'm gonna let some more stuff happen. Don't worry, TD. When Von Miller gets to Tua, Bridgewater will be started. Just kidding. Love you, bro. All right, Ricardo. Y'all crazy, man. All right, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm finna come now. I will see y'all later. Hit that like button on your way out. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. We Dolphin fans. We gonna be all right. Let's put a product on the field. Root for them. Hope that we can be the best version of ourselves we can be. TD Fans Talk. I'm out.